Hey everyone, I just thought I'd share with you my kids' winter hiking gear since we went for a hike yesterday. Thought maybe it would be good to share it and maybe help out some other folks so they can get their kids out too. Kids' hiking gear is pretty important, especially in the wintertime, just because if you don't have the right stuff and disaster strikes, it could be really miserable out there for you. We'll talk about the outside gear first, what they would wear on the outside of their clothes. We usually take a pair of tight weave on the outside and fleece on the inside gloves. Tight weave on the outside because it sheds a lot better than like a fleece glove. If a fleece glove is all you've got, then take it. I usually make sure we've got some kind of glove like this, and I also make sure we've got a second pair of gloves or a pair of really warm mitts as well that are waterproof. Get this stuff in the summertime because in the summer everything's on sale, or find some secondhand. On top, I'll usually have some kind of a waterproof glove. I got these from REI. These are a size small. They're adult. My son's also got some really great shells that are for kids, made for kids. They're handmade. I'll put a link to all of the gear and including those in the description below the video. I also usually take some kind of neck tube. This one is from Mech. You can get a neck tube from anywhere. Just make sure you have one. It really helps when the kids are starting to get cold to just keep the cold off of their necks. For their hats, I usually just bring some kind of toque. Doesn't matter what, any toque you've got for them already. Make sure you just throw it in their pack or put it on their head when you start hiking. Take it off when they start getting hot. For the jackets, some kind of soft shell is always really good. This one came from Costco. Costco is a great place to get really cheap kids gear. This one has been through my daughter and it's now being worn by my son. And it's great. It's a soft shell on the outside, which sheds the snow and sheds a little bit of rain too. It's not waterproof, but it breathes because it's a soft shell. And it's got some fleece inside to keep them a little bit warmer. Normally, they just have their base layer shirt on and this soft shell when we're hiking, because otherwise they're too hot. Here's one more example of a soft shell jacket. This one I got from Mountain Warehouse. That's another great place to get kids gear. Mountain Warehouse is pretty cheap. So this is a Mountain Equipment Company puffy jacket that I found secondhand. This is a synthetic puffy. I like the synthetic puffies better for the kids because when synthetic gets wet, it stays a little bit warmer than down. But if you've got a down jacket, use it. A great place that I've been buying puffy jackets, which are really reasonable, is Walmart. Walmart has some great kids puffy jackets in the kids sections. If you can get an extra small women's on sale or even rain jacket when they are a preteen or a teen, go for it. Go grow out of their clothes so fast. If you can get it even secondhand, do it because they'll be out of it faster than you know it. And then you'll be selling it secondhand online. And if you don't have a puffy jacket, a fleece jacket will work too. I got this secondhand on Facebook Marketplace, this fleece jacket. I don't even know what it is. Oh, McKinley fleece. These are also great to bring. These are a little bit heavier than a puffy jacket, obviously. But if you've got a fleece, whatever it is, as long as you've got a mid layer, bring it. I put all of the gear that I want to keep dry in here. The mitts, the toques, the puffy jackets. For their outer rain gear, I have these Mountain Equipment Co-op or Mountain Equipment Company. I keep saying co-op, but it's company now. They're aquanator pants. These things are great. I have had them wet out in the summertime in a torrential 5-hour downpour. They did wet out a bit, so I may re-waterproof these. You can get waterproof stuff you can put in the washing machine with them. But these are great if it's really cold outside, colder than -5. Bring their snow pants. Put their snow pants in their backpack. But these are great if it's, even for my kids -10, these are enough. Because I usually have these really great, and what are they called? Surplus pants. So these are a soft shell pant. They're Mountain Equipment Company surplus pants. I usually can find these in the summertime, secondhand on Facebook Marketplace, or Mountain Equipment Company usually has them for 40 to 50% off in the summer. These things are wonderful. They're a soft shell pants, so they breathe. They're stretchy. And they're fleece inside. And they also have these pulls that have a button to make these smaller or bigger on your kid's waist. Buy a size up so that they can wear them next year and just cinch these down on their waist. But these things are amazing. They've even got a pocket they can put their rocks and stuff in that they like to collect. Here's another pair of great pants that I have for my kids. These are what my daughter's wearing this year. I didn't get her the Mountain Equipment Company ones. These I found on sale. They're a cross-country ski pant. Cross-country ski kids pants are great for going for hikes. These are a North Face cross-country ski pant. I can't remember the name of them, but I'll try and find what they are and link them below. But I mean, North Face doesn't have a whole lot of cross-country ski pants for kids. These are awesome. They're a tight weave on the outside, which is almost like a soft shell. Like I said, tight weave sheds snow better than a soft fleece pant. And these have fleece on the inside, which is great. Another reason soft shell pants are far superior than other pants for kids is because if you don't have gaiters for them yet, the soft shell pants will generally fit over top of their boots and they act like a gaiter. You can even put a shoelace around the bottom to keep the snow out, or an elastic or whatever around your boot. But these are great because they keep most of the snow out. What they wear underneath, I usually have some kind of merino wool blend base layer. This is a Combi Junior base layer, like a long john. This is what I have for my daughter and my son. I got these at Mountain Equipment Company. Got them on sale again in the summertime. These are in all different colors. I think there was like a turquoise color, and there's a pink. My daughter's got pink. They also have pants that match them. So we got the pants, and I usually throw the pants in to whatever bag I've got inside the backpack, just in case it gets really cold and they really need something else. Can take their pants off, throw their base layer on, put their pants on top. These are great. Normally here, because the snow is pretty dry, you normally never will even pull out the snow pants. Usually the surplus pants are enough for the entire time, unless it rains. Like rain in the wintertime here is pretty rare, but just in case, we have them in the pack. But these are great base layer. For their footwear, if it's anything above like say -5, I just use their trail runners. A great pair of trail runners is the Saucony Peregrines. These come in adult and they come in kids. These are fantastic. They can't feel the rocks through them, but they're also, bendy enough that they're not uncomfortable and they don't get blisters in these things. The more comfortable they are on their feet, the happier they are. I always keep a pair of warm booties inside the garbage bag or Dyneema bag as well. These are the Montane booties, just because if we happen to get stuck somewhere in a storm or whatever, and their feet are really cold, I can put these booties on over top of the running shoe or even a low boot. I usually put these gaiters on if there's lots of snow. These are Sluckstone or Chalkstone gaiter that I found on Amazon. These are kid specific. An adult gaiter just won't work for kids because their calves and their legs are just too skinny. So you have to get a kid specific gaiter. I'll put the link to these down below in the description. I did find some really reasonable, really comfortable boots. These are Decathlon. I got them on Decathlon's website, and you can actually try them on now. There is a store where I live here in Calgary. There are more Decathlon stores in cities, but I mean, they've got a great online store. Their sizing is pretty dead on, so trust their sizing that you can see on the website. But they call them a lightweight hiker for short distances, but honestly, these things are great. They've got fleece inside, they're flexy. My son loves these. Another great place to get hiking boots for kids, or even just boots that they wear to school. Make sure you get something that they can wear to school that they can also wear hiking. These are from Mountain Warehouse. These things have gone through my daughter and my son, and these are also great. So just make sure that they're not a stiff boot. Make sure that they're nice and flexible. A waterproof good, like with some kind of Gore-Tex or Gore-Tex knockoff liner inside them, is good. Make sure that they always have sunglasses. The glare from the snow on little eyes is really harsh. These are my son's. He has prescription glasses, so he has to have prescription sunglasses. So these happen to be Oakley. Oakley has great prescription sunglasses for kids. But I mean, Mountain Equipment Company have a lot of really great inexpensive sunglasses for kids. Sunglasses for kids don't have to get fancy. They're just going to break them or grow out of them. So, don't go fancy if you don't have to, if they don't need prescription. Make sure that you always have in your backpack, if they don't want to carry them because they're a little bit heavier, or in their backpack, some spikes. Because if you're hiking in the winter and you get on some steep terrain and it's slippy, they need spikes. I found these on Amazon, and they're the only kids-specific ones that I could find. All the other spikes that I found have been, Mountain Equipment Company carries a pair of spikes that are really bad. They fall off the kid's foot. You get onto any kind of side slope or they start moving a little bit faster, they fall right off. These are the only ones that I could find kid specific that are really good that stay on, and I got them on Amazon. I'll have to link them down below. Kids socks, darn tough. These things are awesome. These are a wool blend. You can get them in a thicker wool for wintertime or skiing. You can get them in a thinner or mid thickness for hiking. These are awesome. Just a little tip. I'm a size 8.5 women's, and the large kids darn tough socks fit me, and they're cheaper than the adults socks. And you can usually find these, on sale somewhere. And I usually bring 2 pairs of socks. I always put a second pair of socks in their backpack, just in case their feet get wet. Kids and wet feet don't go well together. Something else I want to talk about is water in the wintertime. In the summertime, we use these soft Solomon bladders, or soft bottles, I guess they're called, with a filter in them. These filters freeze. So unless you're going to keep this inside their jacket where it's not going to freeze, then it's best just to not use the filters in the wintertime for the kids. Just yourself bring a filter and 1 soft bottle. Keep it inside, or just keep the filter itself inside your pocket in the front of your jacket, or inside your jacket if you have an inside pocket. That way you have a filter. But for the kids in the wintertime, just use a Nalgene bottle. The wide mouth Nalgene bottles are better in the winter, because if you happen to get a layer of ice up here for the Nalgene bottle, you can always, stick your finger through it and get the ice off. The small mouth Nalgene bottles might freeze over and you won't be able to, hit the ice through it to get to the water. If you use these tiny bottles, you can always take them and stick them on the inside pocket of your kid's jacket, or, inside your jacket, or anywhere inside their jacket. As long as their backpack bottom strap is done up, it's not going to fall out. If it's not that cold, you can put it on the side of your kid's pack like so. In the summertime, of course, we use the front bottle pockets. You can fit these small Nalgene bottles in front water bottle pockets like this, but the big ones you can't. So if you have a bigger Nalgene bottle for the kids, then put it on the side. Here is an example of a really good backpack for kids. This is a Waymark Gear Mile. It's actually an adult pack, but because it's a day pack, it's actually super short. So it fits like 14-inch torsos. And that's about what my kids have right now, is a 14-inch torso. These things are great because they're made of Ultra 200 or EcoPack Ultra 200, which is almost waterproof. It sheds water, it sheds snow. It doesn't soak up the water like a normal backpack material does. Not seam sealed, so we do still use these bags on the inside. This is a Dyneema bag. You can use a trash bag just in case, to keep everything dry in the wintertime, because wet in the wintertime can be really dangerous. Keep all your gear dry. My daughter also has a pee rag on here, which are really great. These ones I got off Amazon. There's another company that I can't think of off the top of my head that make them. These things are great, so you don't have to take toilet paper with you, especially in the wintertime. You can't really dig a hole to bury toilet paper, so these are great. Just make sure that your kids are always dry. That's the most important thing. When they're going uphill, strip them down. Make sure they're only wearing like their soft shell, and that's it. Don't let them sweat. At the top of the mountain, bundle them back up when it's cold and you're sitting down, or even if you're sitting for lunch. The faster you can get their warm clothes on them, the better, so they stay warm. But yeah, just make sure that they're not sweating. That's pretty dangerous in the wintertime. That's about it for me. Hope this video helps somebody get out. Thanks.